Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Arizona Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboys. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First play and a first pass for Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
From just shy of midfield, Murray. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Murray. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys will take over possession here up at the 44. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play.
It's like pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5-6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club. A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense, because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Cowboys in a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. the shotgun. It's Prescott. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 13-yard line. 13 yards down to the 13. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you. A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They go down Leon again. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Denzel Perryman with a sack. So now Dak Prescott off. Greg Zuerlein on for the field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Murray. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Flexing his muscle again. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And
they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
The slot man in motion right. Murray to air it out again. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side. And
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. 30. 10, touchdown, Cowboys. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? That's the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be...
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Murray a give. This is Cotter. No gain on the play this time, but it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Prescott now from the 50. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guy's playing it, are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of two. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On third down, it's Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
They start the drive with Connor. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams on defense. They may blitz more.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. A solid stiff arm. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
After the turnover, here's Murray. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They run behind center with Connor. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Connor up the middle. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. Moore, the man in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals are back within a score. Extra point up and good by Folk. And this is back to a 5-point game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. On second down, Elliott once more. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 114 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Open man is Davidson, the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Hey, kill. We're going 47. We're going 54 right here. Hey, kill. We're going 47. 26.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, this is a half for not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Murray. On the slant, DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Moore, the man in motion. On 2nd and 10, Murray. This is caught. It's Brown. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. Now Murray again. And this one is incomplete.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Taken from about the 12. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Again, it's Elliott. And this play a lot like the previous one, thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Third and long for Prescott. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Shotgun now for Murray. And this will be swung out here for counter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
A first down throw for Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown from 21 yards away. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Man open left side is Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Couple of Oklahoma teammates there. Murray to Brown for a Cardinal first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
First down, Murray. And his throw here is incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Dallas, Texas is the spot, third quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Murray fighting, lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Well, we know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
And he's brought down. 127 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Zerline good with a PAT, and that will make this a 19-point game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They got to make some moves.
Here's Murray. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They're going for it. It's Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. 18-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Prescott down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. Now Elliott. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
1 man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so, and maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Murray with a 3rd and long. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now Murray's got to have this one. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Come on.
Throwing again, Murray. Caught left side, Hopkins. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. From the 39, Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of those games we just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Elliott running right. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Well, Prescott here to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move. And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Murray going to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 25. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Murray sets to throw on 4th. He finds Hopkins complete. And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down.
First down, Cardinals.
Green.
Moore, the man in motion. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. To throw is Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the Cowboys are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Throwing here, Prescott. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear.